Hi guys, my name is Julia Frost and welcome to my new YouTube channel. On this channel, me and my husband will tell you about our life abroad. We're traveling a lot now. I can tell that we really want to travel a lot, but it appeared to be so. So here I want to tell our story and welcome! On the 28th of September, my husband packed his bags and went to Kazakhstan. Actually, we came back from Bali to Russia just for a few months to prepare some documents. But for some circumstances, we had to move out quickly, earlier than we thought. My husband had to evacuate immediately. He flew to the closest city near the border with Kazakhstan, and there he crossed the border. Okay, so my husband was lucky enough, and when he came to the border there were almost no queue and he passed it within a couple hours, more or less. After that he found a place to sleep in Aktobe. Actually it was probably just a mattress on the floor, and there were a lot of other people, and this mattress costed him around $17. So after the night over there, he decided to find in apartments in Aktobe. He started his searching, and suddenly he couldn't find anything because there were a lot of Russian people at that moment, and there were almost no apartments. But it appeared that my husband's father has a friend in Kazakhstan who has a son living in Aktobe, and that son asked his friend, and that friend asked his friend, and so on and so on, and so, you know, networking. So after some time of searching, they found an apartment that costed 300,000 tenge, which is about $640. You can think that maybe it's not much for a 3-bedroom apartment in the middle of the city, in the center of the city, which is middle. But about a month before this situation, it was 2 or 3 times cheaper. And actually those apartments had kind of a surprise, and that surprise was its owner who at the beginning told that he will move out the apartments when my husband will move in. But after that, it appeared that he will stay till the moment I will come to Kazakhstan. But at the moment I came, he told that he found a job and he can't move out. So for such amount of money, we didn't rent an apartment. We rent a room or 2 in this apartment. And what can I say? Actually, this man was quite nice, and the first day when I came, he even prepared a national dish that called bishbarmak. It's a mix of meat, vegetables, and dough. The only thing that it's usually cooked out of horse's meal, and I wasn't planning ever in my life to try horse's meat, and I was quite surprised because also he explained me that there are some different parts of horse, and for example, for the smartest and the oldest person in the family, they usually give the horse's head, and for son's wife they usually give horse's tone, so she will be talkative or something like that. And it was super interesting and super cringe at the same time, and I had to eat it because I didn't want to seem rude. It's nice and strange, and I can say that horse's meat is some kind different from a cow meat or from some other kinds of meat. So if you eat meat, so probably you can eat horse if you don't think much of it. Also, there were some surprises about that man because he was barking all the time when he was talking to his phone, or sometimes even when he was talking to us, he could bark. I don't know, maybe it's some physiology, but it was. It was. And there was such a creepy thing about him that during night he was moaning, and it was really scary. I don't know, maybe he has some kind of diseases, and that's during night going worse, and he suffered from it. But the first night I was really thinking that he's dying, and I was really scared. But yeah, it's just normal situation that was going on every night, and we had just to deal with it. So what about Aktobe itself? We actually like that city. It's quite clean, the roads are wide.
Maybe it's not as clean as I remember, because after rains there are a lot of puddles on roads and there are rivers going down here and there. There are a lot of stray cats and dogs in Kazakhstan, and they are very sweet and tender, and they are doing everything to get home. Also, during our stay in October, we visited local history museum. There were exhibits from ancient times to the present day. There were armors, clothes, jewels, and other interesting items. I recommend to visit it.
Um, there are a lot of graffiti on buildings that looks really nice and interesting. It's not just that random guys put some words on buildings or something. There are professional painters who painted the walls of the buildings, and it looks really nice and really interesting, and I think that it's make the look of the city better because Aktobe is one of Soviet Union city, and there are a lot of Soviet Union buildings, so that looks a little bit old, and I think that those graffiti refresh the view of the city. People in October also were nice and friendly, and the food was cheap. We also found a cafeteria nearby, and the dinner for two people costed around $6 or $8, and we were totally full. I've got a chance to visit local dentistry. In October, there are a lot of dental clinics. They are almost in every building. And I asked my husband to make an appointment for me. And he made, but the clinic wasn't working at the time. So I asked him to make another appointment in another clinic. And guess what? When I went to the clinic, he gave me the wrong address. You may ask me why I didn't do it by myself. Actually, I didn't have a local SIM card, so I couldn't call anyone. That's why I asked him. And but when I came to the clinic, there were an available doctor, and I was surprised because in Russia it's almost impossible to make an appointment on the same day, even on the same week. And when the doctor looked at my teeth, it appeared that two fillings cracked up, and I had to remove nerves and make new fillings and also put crowns there. And the orthodontist was very professional, and I was short on time, and she did everything in a week. Actually, I think in Russia to make crowns take about maybe 2 weeks, maybe even a little bit more. So it was also very nice, and it costed me around $250. Not only this procedure, also I've got a professional dental cleaning. And all these procedures costed me around $250, which is, can you imagine that? Because I'm sure in Russia it will cost more. And how about your cities? Is that cheap? Also, she was very nice, and she gave me her personal number and told me that I can contact her anytime if I've got any problems with my teeth. Also she added that if I will come next time to Aktobe, she will teach me Kazakh language. So we stayed in Aktobe till the end of November and moved to Aktau.